Hi, 7th grade. All right, we are on page 6 of our reading book. Now, normally I would like you guys to get to the point where you can do a lot of this reading and answering questions on your own. But I thought, you haven't really been in school for like 6 months, so I would like to still walk through a lot of this with you. So bear with me. I know that sometimes it can get kind of boring. Just listening to your teacher read and following along these videos. However, I promise that it's only to help you. That way, when you do have to do it on your own, it's not so new, and it's a little refresher for you guys. All right, so last time we saw each other, we were talking about the main idea, and we were talking about how to grab supporting details from paragraphs and from pictures to support the main idea. So today, we are going to read this biography called Commander Suni Williams. As you read, think about the central ideas the author is telling you about Suni Williams. Why is she famous? What details about her life does the author want to share? We will go through the close reading habits over here after we've read. Okay. I will go ahead and get started reading. You can follow along with me in your book. As 5-year-old Sunita, or Suni, Williams watched Neil Armstrong's fascinating moonwalk on television, she thought, "That's what I want to do." While she never thought of moonwalking as a realistic career goal, Williams' story proves that we can't always know where our path is going to lead us. If we believe in ourselves, though, we'll end up in the right place. Williams' career path was far from predictable. She says she was just an okay high school student. Because her brother had gone to the U.S. Naval Academy, she was drawn there too. Williams graduated from the Naval Academy and trained to become a Navy helicopter test pilot. Listening to a former astronaut talk about flying a helicopter as preparation for flying a moon lander, a light bulb went on in Williams' head. It dawned on her that her helicopter training could be her ticket to space. She realized, the only one who's telling me I'm not going to be an astronaut is me. Williams eventually trained to become a member of the International Space Station crew, where she served as flight engineer and set a new record for women in space. Another first is she ran the Boston Marathon on a space station treadmill. Williams believes there is a message for young people in learning about the twists and turns that lead to her space station adventure. Maybe you want something, but you get something else. But if you make the best of it, things sort of work out. All right. Close reading right here. Number 1. What does Suni say about why she hadn't yet become an astronaut? Underline the quote in paragraph 3. So in paragraph 3, she says something. She says this is why she has not become an astronaut yet. Nobody else is stopping her. Who is stopping her? She says the only person who's telling her that she can't be an astronaut is herself. And if that's the case, if you're the only one telling yourself that you can't do something, then you are obviously standing in your way, and you can become that thing or that person. Let's look at the next close reader habit. Reread paragraph 1. Find and star a sentence that gives a central idea about Suni Williams, and then underline a sentence that has details that support that that's the main idea. Okay, so let's go put a star where we think the main idea is. As 5-year-old Suni Williams watched Neil Armstrong's fascinating moonwalk on television, she thought, that's what I would like to do. While she never thought of moonwalking as a realistic career goal, Williams' story proves we can't always know where our path is going to lead us. If we believe in ourselves, though, we'll end up in the right place. Okay, so to me, the main idea of the whole biography isn't that she wants to go and be a moonwalk an astronaut. That's not the main idea. To me, it's that she struggled and she had to change her path several times, and her path had twists and turns, but she believed in herself and she knew that eventually she'd get to where she wanted to be. So the main idea, I would say, is, I'm going to star right here to here. Williams's story proves that we can't always know where our path is going to lead us. If we believe in ourselves, though, we'll end up in the right place. Okay, now let's go back through the whole biography and go underline details that prove that that's what we think the main idea is. I think right here in paragraph 2, Williams's career path was far from predictable. Doesn't that prove that we don't know where our path is going to lead us? Yeah. Another spot is in paragraph 3. We already kind of underlined it, but I believe that that's a supporting detail of our main idea. Another spot is in paragraph 4. Williams eventually trained to become a member of the International Space Station crew, where she served as a flight engineer and set a new record for a woman. Okay, and then maybe the bottom one. Maybe you want something, but you get something else, but you make the best of it and things sort of work out. So if I had to say that there was a central theme to this whole biography, it's that you have to believe in yourself if you want anything good to happen in your life. You have to be the one in charge. You can't let others dictate your career path. You can't let yourself dictate your career path. You yourself has to have faith in yourself. So I believe that would be the central idea. Okay, let's go to the next page and answer some questions together. Use the hints on this page to help you answer questions. Number 1. Which sentence best captures the central idea of the biography? Is it A, career paths are not always easy to identify and follow? I mean, that's true, it did say that, and we did say that the main central idea is that your career path can have twists and turns. So we'll skip A for now, and we'll look at B, C, and D. Is the main central idea that Suni Williams did not face any difficult challenges in her career? Oh, okay, well that one's definitely wrong, because she did face lots of different challenges, most of them just being her own, self, not knowing what she really needed to do to get to where she wanted to be. Is it C? The career path chosen by Suni Williams was very predictable. Okay, well we know C has to be wrong, because doesn't it say right here? Williams's career path was far from predictable. It was not predictable at all. Predictable means that you can see exactly your path laid out for you nicely. No, she did not have a nice predictable path. Or D, people should never change their career path. Okay, well that's definitely not true, because she changed her career path like 3 different times. So we're going to go with A. Let's look at the hint just to make sure we are on the right idea. Which choice matches one of the central ideas from the previous page? Yep, the central idea definitely says that career paths can have twists and turns, and they're not always easy to identify. Number 2. Which sentence from the biography best captures a second central idea? Ooh, I'm going to look at the hint. Which sentence tells something about Williams' not believing in herself? Oh, okay, so we want something about how she didn't believe in herself, but she eventually learned that if she doesn't believe in herself, she's going to be the only person standing in her way. Is it A, she says she was just an okay high school student? Well, that one definitely has something to do with not believing in herself, I think, by saying she was just okay. So let's skip A and let's go to the rest. It dawned on her that helicopter training could be her ticket to space. I don't think that really captures the idea that she wasn't believing in herself. How about C? The only one who's telling me I'm not going to be an astronaut is me. Okay, I really like C. I think C is definitely the answer, but we're going to read the rest just to make sure. Is it Williams eventually trained to become a member of the International Space Station crew, where she served as flight engineer and set a new record for women in space? Now, we did say that was a supporting detail for what we thought could be the central idea, but I don't believe it is a second central idea. I like C the best. I think C is saying that she's the only one who's going to stand in her way. If she would like to be an astronaut, she's going to be an astronaut. If she doesn't believe in herself, she's not going to become an astronaut. So I like C the best. Okay, number 3. Describe one central idea about Suni Williams' life. List at least 3 details from the text that support your idea. And the little hint says, which central idea did you choose in the second close reading activity? Okay, so let's go to the close reading activity. We said that the central idea, it's the starred area right here. This and this, from here to here. We said that that was our central idea. Williams' story proves that we can't always know where our path is going to lead us. If we believe in ourselves, though, we will end up in the right place. So, describe that idea. Describe that in your own words. I'm going to say, Suni Williams' life had many twists and turns. That led her to where she wanted to end up. Okay, so that's just kind of like stating what happened. The central idea, though, is that she learned that if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to help. Or, you are the only person that can get you to where you want to go, truly. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to get there. So I'm going to basically say that. I'm going to sum that up and say the central idea is that you are the only person standing in your way of success. Now, some of you guys might disagree with that statement, but I think it's super true, especially for students. I had so many kids last year fail math class and world languages and all the other classes that I taught. I had so many junior high kids fail, while others passed with flying colors. And I would ask them, like, what's the difference? Like, why can't I help you pass? Why can't you pass? And it was them. It was their viewpoint. They kept saying, I'm not smart enough. I just don't know how to do it. There's just excuse after excuse after excuse. And what that shows me is that they were the only person standing in their way of success. If they wanted to be successful and pass and learn, they could, because they were given the same opportunity as everybody else. The problem was they didn't believe in themselves. They were the ones standing in their way of success. And that's kind of like what Suni Williams was describing, is that if she wanted to be an astronaut, she was going to be an astronaut. And if she, didn't believe in herself, she probably wouldn't be. So now let's go find some details that support the main idea. So perhaps a detail could be, Suni Williams even says right here, the only one who's telling me I'm not going to be an astronaut is me. So I'm going to go ahead and go over back to my writing. And I'm going to say, Suni Williams even says, comma, quote, now I'm going to go quote this section, the only one who's telling me I'm not going to be an astronaut is me. Sorry, my handwriting's getting super sloppy the faster I go. Okay, so that could be one supporting detail. Another supporting detail could be Suni Williams teaches us that if you want something, you get something. And if you get something else, then you make the best of it. And then things will work out themselves. So over here I'll say Suni also teaches us. Sorry, my handwriting's just getting worse and worse and worse. Suni also teaches us to make the best of any situation and to kind of just ride the roller coaster that is life, right? I'll tell you what, life does not go how you think it's going to go. It's definitely a roller coaster ride with twists and turns you don't even know are coming up. But it can still be a good ride. You know, it can still be fun. It can, even in the lowest of lows, you're still going to go back up high eventually. So I think that's really what Suni Williams was trying to teach us. You know, her biography was, it was all about making the best of a situation that you may not have complete control over, because if you make the best of it, then it's going to help support you later in life. All right, guys, here's what I'd like you guys to do for today. I would like you to scan this page, page 7, and upload it as your homework, because I want to make sure that you did the questions and you wrote your essay. Remember, for these essays, I'm not wanting like a few sentences. I'm wanting some very detailed, well-written sentences, okay? And if it seems like you guys can't do that or you're not giving it to me, then we'll just have to practice more and more and more of them. So just start now. Like, start now giving me good sentences so that we don't have to stop and just writing random, boring sentences the rest of the year, okay? So if you start with, like, you know, go in heavy and hard, and that way we don't have to stop and, like, relearn everything. All right, you guys, that is your lesson for today. So hopefully it was a good one. It helped me a lot with all this COVID stuff going on. I feel like no matter what life gives us, we're going to be okay. We're going to ride the roller coaster, and we're going to go back up the hill, and then we're going to get to our high again. All right, see you later, guys.